Now guys, butcherboytoma here. Going to do you a quick tutorial on curtains and the old clock. This tutorial is mainly for the curtains anyway, is for the Toxic Avenger. He wanted a tutorial on curtains. Now I would definitely check his channel out because he started doing Machinima for FortressCraft and it's an absolute riot. I'll pop a link in the description for you. So this is how you start off. Now that's the shape you're going for. Okay. So get that built up. Now remember the front of the workshop, the two black blocks, so you can see where it's positioned. And there you have it. So we'll build that up. And what we'll do is we'll pop it on so you can see what it looks like. So you need a supporting block and then you build their curtain up. Let's just bang a few in. Then you need your pole. So I'm just going to use one of the pillars. Obviously you can design your own pole, it's quite easy. But there you go. We'll put a little bit more in. Right, so there's your curtain. Bit boring, so we'll go and add a bit of patternage. Okay. I normally go for chevrons. So it's a red curtain, I normally stick a bit of yellow in. So starting at the top corner, just work down in a diagonal. And then work your way back up to the other top corner. And then fill it in. And then you go down to the bottom and do exactly the same. And there's your chevrons. If you watch a curtain, there you go. So there's your curtains. Alright. There you go, Toxic. You can make yourself some nice fancy curtains for your world now. I hope you found that helpful. Now then, clock. That's what you're aiming for. I'm not going to build this. I'm just going to pop the block in the workshop and show you what it looks like. But that's what you're aiming for. It's one block and you've positioned it by mucking about with the positioning. But that's your target. So we'll pop that in the workshop and that's what it's like when you're building it. So you've got your 4 and then in 1 and then 2 and then across 2 and then back 1 and then 4. You can see on the floor there the shape and you're looking for. Okay, and then you build your platform up with white blocks or whatever colour you want. If you don't forget, front of the workshop, that's the positioning. So if you pause the video, you can get an idea of how many blocks up you need to do. Okay, now once you've got it, you need to add the animation to it. So it's set name, big, bingo, 1 clock face. Okay, so pause the video anytime you want and you can get the how many blocks you need and stuff like that. But that's your target, that's your clock face. Alright, have a good scoot at that. Next bit, you need your pointer. So first thing is the middle part. So stick that in the middle and that's what you're looking at. Okay. Now we'll go and have a look, see how this is built. So very straightforward, just 4 blocks smack bang in the middle, build it straight up as high as you can go, put a bit of detail in it if you want, and then you work your pointer out from there. Okay, remember, front of the workshop, look at the positioning. Alright, it's important for this. But that's your size and that's your, so pause it, have a look at the blocks and you can get your pointer. Now, animation for this is set name, rotate, spell it right, that's right, CW, clockwise. Okay, so don't forget CW on the end of rotate to get the rotation correct. So there you go, that's your middle bit. Then you need the rest of your pointer. So let's grab a hold of that, stick it on. That goes smack bang on front again. Yeah. Now you can see the little ridge. It doesn't show from the back, but you can see it there. That's because two separate blocks. We kind of get them joining. So you've got to make it look like it's joined, and that's where you build the block. Remember, front of the workshop, it's smack bang on the floor, and that's your. Oh, we've got an invisible. Let's get a shot of that. There you go, and that's a bit better. So that's what you're looking at. That's your pointer. Remember, front of the workshop. And that's your size and then your blocks. So just pause it, you can have a look and get your size off that. Alright. So I've put that in the middle. Now, the animation for this is set name, orbit. And there you go. That's your clock. Alright. Now, my fancy bit underneath, if you just want to build this, it's one block with the big animation. Okay. So I've got to muck about with the place, and when you get it right, you can put it together. So that's one block, and it looks like that. Now I'm not going to build this. I'm just going to let you pause the video and get your sizes, but we'll stick it in the workshop and have a gander. Because obviously you should be building this to your own design and not copying me exactly. So that's it in the workshop. Remember, the front of the workshop's over to the side, so this is built sideways on. Now we've got your central pillar in the middle there, and then the floor drops down where the black part is. Okay, that's important for your doorway. Okay. And then underneath, as you can see, basically it's just a square right the way around the workshop, apart from the side wall. That's the front, that's the side, that's left blank. Alright, and it's 2 blocks up, then you start your base. Alright, let's get out, have another look, so you can pause it anytime you want and have a gander. Let's have a good look at this. And that's a door. I built a little door, what looks like a door. That's a central pillar, the door's on the side there. See, that goes down the black part. It looks like a path running around it. Everything's got to be exact because you're using one block, so everything on the top and on the side has got to be exact, the same as the other. So top and bottom exactly the same, and this side has got to be so it matches on the other side. Now when you take the big command off, you can see what the block looks like when it's placed. Right, that's your placing. So you've got your gap in the middle, yeah. Okay. And then you basically just name your block. Big, set name. Big. And bingo. So that's your base. Okay, that rests under the clock. Now, just pop the block underneath there. And we'll pop a little death on, and there he is. Now you can see, because of the black of he disappears behind that, and he rotates around the central column. Okay. and then he disappears into the doors. Quite funky. We'll stick him in a workshop and we'll have a look at him. There's our death there. Okay, as you can see, we've got a hood sort of for his head, but if you look at the size, and then I can see the size, it's basically the same size as one of my pipes, and then carved out to look, got arms on and things like that. Head's made smaller like the hood, and if you go in, stick a couple of funkies in for the eyes in the top of the hood there, and get his other arm in, and that's his scythe. Just basic, very basic. That's his arm there. Okay, very basic because it's a small design, but that's what it looks like. You can see the glowing eyes and that. Oh, death. So when you built him, basically stick them on there, and the animation for that is set name planetary. Alright, and that's it, planetary. So you've got orbit and he's spinning on the orbit, so it's planetary, and it gets that. You've probably all seen the clocks that have got these little dudes coming out and mucking about, but that's the effect I've gone for. So you just basically put that. Keep smiling, that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. Gone canny now.